raised 1,246 yards, 15 touchdowns. Let's see how that compares to other players. Give me 1 second. 2019 NCAA rushing. Chuba Hubbard. Okay, yeah, so just going on the NCAA website. Chuba Hubbard, Jonathan Taylor, A.J. Dillon, J.K. Dobbins all have more yards than he does. But, ETN has more touchdowns and yards. But if we're talking about player that means the most to their team, it is, without a doubt, it's Zach Moss. Is more important to his team than any other running backs above him, except for maybe Jonathan Taylor. And Tony, I know you're excited to see Chase Young in a Giants uniform. And we'll talk about this because I think there's one team that should trade up to number 1 to go get Chase Young so that the Giants don't get him, and that's the Atlanta Falcons. The only team I think could use him more than the Giants are the Falcons. But we'll talk about that later. Whatever team he goes to, he's going to be a monster. All right.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I think Utah is going to win this game. I think they're going to win it pretty easily because I feel like what does Oregon have to play for? Yeah, you win the Pac-12, but you're not going to the playoff. You're at yeah, you get to play Penn State in the Rose Bowl. Like, is that what you're excited about?
The play spoiler is fun.
That's nice.
It would be better. It would be better for Oregon to have Utah win.
Right, to get the Pac-12 into the playoff, but in true Pac-12 fashion, I could totally see Oregon, pulling off the win or making it close enough that Utah doesn't get in.
Yeah.
I could see potentially being like an overtime game.
Listen, with the Pac-12, you have no idea what you're getting. Could be an overtime game. Oregon could win by 40. Utah could win by 40. Who fucking knows?
Yeah, you could have your.
Well, I'm sure Oregon's not going to win by 40. I don't think they're going to put up 40 on Utah's defense, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, you can have the year where it was USC was your Pac-12 championship, but Stanford might have done it as well.
Yeah.
Barely gets through it. So.
The Pac-12 is like the most unpredictable fucking conference in all of college football.
Yep.
I mean, just think about. Remember that game earlier this season? Washington State was up by like 40 on UCLA. UCLA came back and fucking won.
Yeah, it was single-handedly one team covered the over/under.
Yeah.
68, 63, or whatever the hell it was.
Tony says Utah versus Oregon, I feel, is going to be must-watch TV. I agree. What time is that game?
8 o'clock on ABC.
8 o'clock. 8 o'clock. You know what? I have an art reception that I have to go to.
But you have a phone.
I do. But we'll discuss, but do you maybe want to meet up somewhere and get dinner and watch that game?
It starts at 8 o'clock. Potentially. Yeah. We'll let you know.
Okay. Because it is absolutely going to be must-watch TV. Tony, you are absolutely right. It's going to be great. I secretly hope Utah wins the championship.
The whole thing?
The whole thing.
It'd be different.
Would love it. Not really, but it would just be such a shake-up that, it would completely, throw everything off, especially even through next year, most likely.
Just the fact that you don't have Alabama there is.
No, you know what's gonna happen, right? Georgia's gonna beat LSU. Ohio State's gonna lose. Clemson's gonna lose. Oregon's gonna win, and they're gonna find a way to fucking put LSU, Georgia, Alabama, and Auburn in the playoff.
Blasphemy.
That would be
no fucking
so
way. Then I'm done watching.
But not out of the realm of possibility, sadly enough.
You know that the College Football Playoff Selection Committee loves no dick more than SEC dick.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Quote that, yeah.
Yep.
So then we can stop watching college football too if that happens. It just happens to shake that way.
No, because college football, I feel, is more responsive, and a fuck ton of donors would pull their funding, and college football would be fucked. They're already going to be pissed off when they have to start paying players. Tony says, "Excuse me while I throw up."
Yeah. That's valid.
But this still, regardless, is not an official championship. It's not recognized as a championship, which is why Central Florida can claim that they're the college football playoff champions, despite the fact they never played in the college football playoff. It's because as long as someone who's a verified, I believe that's the terminology, a verified college football playoff media member refers to you as national champions, you can claim it, which is why they do.
Excellent.
Because this is not an official championship. Unlike in FCS Division II and Division III, where there is no doubt this is who the champion is, FBS does not have that.
Bracket it up and play it out.
Mm-hmm. So, I mean, I personally would love to see expansion. The only people who don't want to see expansion of the playoff are the fans of teams who are afraid that making their team play more games is going to hurt their chances at a championship.
They do it in the NFL, so.
They do it in every other fucking sport.
Yep. Baseball, hockey.
Like the fact that they have a 4-team playoff, 4 teams out of 130 is just asinine.
Yeah.
FCS expanded to 24. Division 2 and 3 are at 32 teams.
So they'll have the couple weeks, that's what, the semis when they do Army-Navy?
Yep. Which, by the way, fucking UAlbany, man. Yeah. First ever college football FCS playoff win. Wasn't looking too good at first. But then Undercuffler coming through in the clutch with 6 touchdown passes as they absolutely beat the shit out of Central Connecticut State.
Yup.
And Tony says the only people who don't want expansion are losers and wrong. Agreed. All right. So I think Utah's going to win. Dan Beebe, what do you think?
Utah.
Okay. Dan O'Shea. Tony, who do you think's going to win? Utah or Oregon? While we're waiting for him, Dan O'Shea, who do you think's going to win? Now, who do you want to win? Who do you think's going to win? Utah or Oregon?
So these tally as our picks for the week too? Like we're going to keep
we are so far beyond fucked on that. This is just for fun now.
Okay. No money, just bragging rights. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Right.
Tony was in the lead, I believe.
Yeah.
When we ended the last time.
I'll say Utah, but it's close.
Utah, but it's close. All right. And now we're just waiting on Tony. And while we're waiting on Tony, let's move on to the next game according to the ESPN Score Center app, which is Baylor, Oklahoma. And Tony says he thinks Utah close. So we all agree Utah.
Oops.
Yep. Oklahoma, a 9-point favorite. This game is being played at AT&T Stadium, which is where the Cowboys play, for those of you who don't know.
The loser team plays there.
The fucking Cowboys are the loser team that plays there. That's the loser team that plays there. But you know who else is a loser team? The fucking Eagles. The Cowboys gift wrap a fucking division for you and be like, I want to lose to the Dolphins.
Here's your turkey.
Like,
no. We're going to lose anyway.
Right.
Dallas going to make the playoffs.
Like Jason Garrett literally after the Thanksgiving game was wrapping the division up for The fucking Eagles.
some
They go to hand it to the Eagles. He's like, here, this is your division to win. And fucking Carson Wentz left out and go, no!
That's like sampling everything off the Thanksgiving buffet and just throwing it right up in the air.
Right. Like, you were fucking gift wrapped
We got
a championship.
some extra pumpkin pie, biscuits, potatoes, turkey. No!
And Carson Wentz is just like, no!
Burn the shit out of that turkey.
Anyways, Tony thinks Baylor's going to win. I think Baylor's going to win too. Oklahoma's a 9-point favorite. 69% of the people on ESPN think that Oklahoma's going to win. 69. Nice. Jalen Hurts is absolutely talented. But the comment Tony literally just made is the comment I was going to make. This time they don't blow the lead and keep the foot on the gas for revenge. That's the thing. Baylor learned from their mistakes. They're going to come out pissed off because Oklahoma ruined their fucking chances at the playoff. And I don't think Baylor is going to make the same mistake they did before. I think Baylor is going to come out strong, come out fast, and I think they're going to lead wire to wire. So, gents, what do you think?
I'll take the Baylor upset.
All right.
Yeah, what the hell, Baylor.
If one of you was going to say Oklahoma, I was going to shout, wrong! Just for fun. Anyways, we don't have to worry about that.
Nope, you get to do it.
As I'm drinking my Diet Pepsi. All right. Sun Belt Championship game. Hell yeah. Louisiana at Appalachian State. Appalachian State is 6.5-point favorite. This game is being played in Boone, North Carolina. Good old Boone. Everything that I've seen from Appalachian State, with the exception of that Georgia Southern game, has shown that Appalachian State can hang. So naturally, I'm going to pick the upset and say Louisiana.
Raging Cajuns, huh?
Yep. All right. What do you guys think? Louisiana or App State?
App State.
I do like apps. Appetizers are delicious. Tony would like to point out the most important thing college football to happen this week. Bama is now an embarrassing number 12, and it has made my week. Bama's number 12?
Outside the top 10.
Yeah, they got dropped far after that Auburn loss in the Iron Bowl.
Oh, I mean, can I be honest for a second? I really, really, really want to say fuck it to your conference predetermined bowl games, because I want Penn State, Alabama. That's the bowl game I want to watch.
Yeah, that would be fun.
How is... I'm not even gonna finish this question because it's fucking stupid. I'm not even gonna finish the question. Anyways, so Tony says Appalachian State. Who are you guys going with? Appetizer or going with the Raging Cajuns?
App State.
I'm gonna go with App State. I think Louisiana is a good team. You know, I think they're just outside of being ranked, so it could be close. But I think App State is better on really both sides of the ball, so they should take it.
Mississippi State only beat Louisiana by 10. Louisiana beat Texas Southern 77-6. I mean, that right there, 77-6 is all you need to know. They're just... I mean, let's look at Appalachian State's schedule. They did beat North Carolina, but North Carolina almost beat Clemson, and Clemson almost lost to... we're not going to play that game. The last time these two teams met, Appalachian State won on the road 17-7.